Hi, hello, welcome to Vital Biology. This is Padma and this is the third video of breathing and exchange of gases. And in this breathing and exchange of gases, previously we have discussed a lot of information about breathing and how the various respiratory organs are present in various groups of animals, and this variation is based on the place where they are present, that is the dwelling place, and as well as the body organization or otherwise the levels of organization. And also we have focused on the inhalation and as well as the exhalation process, how exactly the gases are passing through various respiratory structures which make the entire respiratory passage in our previous classes. Now we will focus especially on the thoracic cavity where the main vital organs of our respiration are present, which are lungs. And how or in what way this thoracic cavity is anatomically it is designed and how it is helpful in the inhalation and as well as the exhalation, that we will study in this today's class. Now, as we know that in the case of our body, so our body can be divided into various regions. Like for example, suppose this is our head region, yes, this is our neck, and this is our body. And this body is divided into two of the cavities, the upper and the lower cavity. So this upper cavity or the upper chamber is actually called as the thoracic cavity. Okay, thoracic cavity, and the lower one is called as the abdominal cavity. Okay, so this is our entire body region, and this body is divided into upper thoracic chamber or otherwise a cavity, and the lower one is called as the abdominal cavity. And related to our respiration, the main vital organs, those are lungs. So these lungs are actually present in this particular thoracic region. Okay, so like this. And here you can see one of the structure that actually divides this upper thoracic region and the lower thoracic region. So that particular structure here, that is nothing but the diaphragm structure. So here you can see one of a structure which is a diaphragm, which is separating the thoracic and the abdominal regions. Many of the times they have asked about this particular structure which is differentiating or which is dividing this body cavity into upper thoracic and the lower abdominal. So that particular structure is nothing but a diaphragm. Okay, so what is this diaphragm? Where exactly it is located? Here you can see in this picture. So this is our thoracic cavity or the thoracic region, and here you can see at the lower side. Okay, so this is our entire, that is of the thoracic chamber. Okay, so thoracic chamber. So like this, suppose if we will imagine one of a room, okay, one of a chamber or one of a room like this. So this is nothing but the thoracic chamber, and in this thoracic region you can see that one of a half moon shape, okay, half moon shape, or otherwise we can say as a dome shaped structure like this. Okay, so dome shape, dome in the sense half moon shaped, one of a structure, and this structure is a muscle. Okay, dome shaped muscle is present at the lower region of this particular thoracic cavity. Okay, so this is of the diaphragm. Position wise, it is present at the base or otherwise lower region of the thoracic cavity. Okay, so this is one side, and going towards the ventral view. Okay, towards the ventral view in the mid ventral region. Okay, towards the ventral position, that too in the mid region. Okay, one of a bone is present, that is called as the sternum. So here you can see that is sternum. So here this one, so this structure, so this structure is called as the sternum. Okay, so like this entire structure here which we have drawn, positionally it is occupying the mid ventral position. Okay, and this is commonly called as the tie bone. Okay, tie bone. Generally, suppose if we will wear a tie, okay, so the position of the tie, wherever it will be, it is present in the same exact position in our bony skeleton. So that particular region, one of a bone is present. So that's why that sternum is called as the, that is tie bone. Okay, sternum is commonly called as tie bone. So position wise we'll say yes, it is positioned in a ventral position. Okay, that too in the mid region. Okay, next wherever this sternum is present, which we said that is towards the ventral, that is towards the front region. Okay, exactly if we will go towards our back, okay, mid dorsal position, as we know that opposite to the ventral surface is the dorsal surface, back. So this dorsal region, again in the mid position, our backbone is present. So backbone means nothing but here vertebral column. Okay, so vertebral column is present. See here, up to now we have studied towards the ventral sternum, towards the dorsal, that is of the vertebral column is present. Okay, so once here, so here we said, suppose if this is one of a chamber, okay, and here we said that towards this particular mid-ventral position, one of a thigh bone is present, so which is called as the sternum. Okay, at the same position but towards the dorsal side, another one more bony structure is present, that is of the vertebral column. Okay, so towards the dorsal side, and from that dorsal vertebral column, okay, from the dorsal vertebral column towards our sternum, these lateral positions are occupied by various bones which are called as the ribs. Okay, ribs. So like this, here ribs are actually present. Dorsally these ribs are joined to the vertebral column and they are they are running laterally and joining and attaches to the sternum, but not all, which we will study in the later on classes in the skeletal system. Okay, so in this way, here various structures they are occupying in 4 different directions. So what are those 4 different directions which we have studied up to now is, yes, towards the lower side, okay, towards the lower side we said one of a dome shaped structure, that is diaphragm. Okay, diaphragm. Whereas the mid-ventral position is the sternum, mid-dorsal position is the vertebral column, whereas towards the lateral sides, ribs are present. So in this way, all these different directions of this thoracic region is covered by these many of the structures, which make this particular thoracic chamber here as one of a airtight chamber. Okay, so just now whatever the structures we told, see here, dorsal vertebral column, ventral sternum, lateral ribs, and lower side diaphragm. So all these structures are arranged in such a way that they are making this thoracic chamber as one of the airtight chamber. Okay, airtight chamber. So what this airtight chamber are, how it is helpful in breathing process. So for that, yes, here in this diagram, here you can see that suppose if there is any of the decrease in the thoracic volume, okay, in the thoracic volume, then automatically it reflects the volume of the pulmonary region, means the volume of the lungs also got changed. Okay, if the volume of the, that is of the thoracic region is decreased, yes, definitely we can see the decrease in the, that is pulmonary volume. Pulmonary volume means lung volume. Suppose if there is a increase of this particular thoracic chamber, okay, the volume of the thoracic chamber, if it got increased, yes, definitely it reflects in the lung also, in which lung volume also will be increased. Okay, means here the relation between the volume of the thoracic cavity and the lung region, we can say they are directly proportional. Okay, so that's why they said, yes, the volume of the thoracic region reflects the volume of the lungs or otherwise the pulmonary region. So in this way, this particular arrangement of these structures make this thoracic chamber airtight, and which helps in this breathing process, that is of inhalation and as well as the exhalation. So this is what here also we have said. See, any change in the volume of the thoracic cavity will be reflected in the lung cavity. Okay, so here what they told, so these are the lines from NCERT textbook. That is a change, any of the change in the volume of the thoracic cavity is definitely reflected in the volume of the lung cavity or otherwise the pulmonary cavity. So here pulmonary means nothing but the lungs. Okay, so this is how they said. And this particular, like whatever the arrangement which is reflecting in both these cases, that means a change in thoracic cavity is like changing the volume of the lung. Yes, that is the main essential key feature for, that is, breathing process. Okay, and here one more very important note we have to see, that is, we cannot directly alter the pulmonary volume. Okay, if we want to increase or decrease in the lungs, the volume of the lungs, yes, definitely we cannot alter it. Yes, definitely any of the change in the lungs volume is because of the change in the volume of the thoracic cavity. Okay, so this is a very, very important thing. Yes, we can expect the questions from this particular point of view.